Hey guys, I'm gonna sit down with Monroe here in the comfy seat. She's still in this really sweet horsey sleeper from Jules. I just wanted to come on and chat with you guys a little bit while I'm just spending time with her. Yeah, so I figured this would be a good chat time for me because it's quiet in my house, and got up early this morning, did my normal yoga first thing in the morning. I did a 7 a.m. Yoga class, hot yoga class, which is a great start to my day. That way I get my workout done. I've actually worked out every day this week. I'm proud because it's not that I don't work out every day of the week. I don't usually get a chance to get to the studio and take regular classes every day this week. So I'm really feeling happy about that. Yeah, so I figured I'd come on, make a video, share Monroe. I'm not going to change her or do anything with her. I'm going to keep her in her comfy, cozy sleeper. But I had been watching some videos on YouTube, getting kind of caught up, and I actually saw a video, was it yesterday? I think so, yesterday, on Miss Serenity Smith's channel, and she was chatting about all the silicone comparison videos that are out there. And I would agree that there are definitely a lot of those videos floating around right now, and the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I want to share my opinion on why I think there are so many. And the topic of discussion continues to go on about not only Claire Taylor silicone, but all silicone. And I think part of that is simply because, a lot of us who have channels that produce regular videos, we have certain subscribers that reach out to us and they ask us to try to either help explain what the differences of silicone are, because a lot of people don't have the opportunity to go to a doll show and pick up, feel, squeeze, hold any of the types of silicones that are out there. And even if you go to a doll show, you're not guaranteed to be able to actually feel and see the differences. It's not like somebody has a booth where they line up all these different artist dolls so people can actually see and feel them and touch them. Most people, when they go to a doll show, they don't generally want a whole bunch of people handling their dolls. I know I, for one, would not be comfortable bringing I wouldn't be comfortable bringing Monroe and allowing everybody and their brother to pick her up and hold her and squish her and grab at her, and it's just not something that most collectors are okay with. I mean, some might be, but I understand the concept that these are a lot of money we have invested in them, and it's hard for us to want to let others other than our close friends handle our dolls. So even in that aspect, it's great to be able to go to a doll show. I always have recommended that if you can, try to, because then there are a lot of dolls that are actually at the booths that you can pick up and hold and feel the difference in silicone, but that's maybe one artist. I think what sparked a lot of the talk about differences in silicones and why different collectors have decided to make videos, like Annie Banani made an amazing video because she had 2 Claire Taylor silicones, and then she had a Romy Stridum silicone, and then she had, technically it was poured by Claire Taylor, but it was a Lillian Breedveld silicone baby. And so they all actually had different types of silicone. Even the 3 that were poured by Claire were varying and different. And I think because artists are constantly changing their formulas and we're always talking about, oh my gosh, they feel amazing, other collectors that haven't experienced it, they want to know what that feels like. So this is us as, I'll use myself as an example, as I would love to be able to try to describe in words so someone can try to imagine what it would feel like to have and touch and feel this particular silicone. It's very hard to do, but I get a lot of requests of people asking me to describe or show her movement or just any number of different things that they want to see, because they don't have the doll to be able to experience the same thing in their own collection. And so it's a way that, and I used to watch many other channels, and I still do, where I can slightly live vicariously through them, because I don't have only her. I've had a lot of dolls in the past, but I have yet to experience any Jenny Lee silicones, and those I've heard are very different. So watching a channel like my friend Diana's channel that has those dolls, that shares how they move, how they look, how they feel, that to me is, you know, a way of being able to slightly experience them without actually having to buy one, I guess. I used to buy them all the time. I used to buy them and buy them and buy them, all the different kinds, because I wanted to experience them, but it's a very expensive way to try to experience a doll, and it's just not feasible for me to do that any longer. I have other commitments that take priority, so I can't invest in that many dolls. But I think that there's a huge sensitivity level in the doll community, and I'm not really sure why. I have a hard time understanding why when different people talk about like the differences of silicone, or like for instance Claire's silicone, hers has had a huge topic of discussion ever since her kits came out. The most recent kit with Tate and Sage, and I think it sparked a lot of people to talk about it because her terminology was super soft silicone, and I think the assumption was made that it's the very same silicone that all of us collectors that buy the edition dolls, that it would be the same as those, and it's not. So I think that's why people feel the need to kind of clarify, because it was very confusing. And I think that I've seen multiple collectors get slightly upset. I'm not sure why when we talk about the varying, like when we call a doll, one of the dolls a kit versus an edition doll. When I actually come on and make a video and talk about differences of whatever, or explanation videos, I'm actually doing it so that I'm very clear. So I have had Claire's kits before. I've had multiples, and one in particular I absolutely loved. The charity prototype was one of her kits. She produced that as a kit form where she sold the doll just like she did with Tate and Sage. And artists and collectors would buy the kits and have them reborn and painted and all of that. And she would make, I believe she made 2 prototypes, and I ended up with the girl prototype in my collection a little bit ago. And I still, to this day, she was one of my favorite babies. She still is. People called her a kit. She was a kit. It's neither here nor there to me. It's a distinguishing, explanation of she was produced as a kit versus an edition doll. So when I talk about Tate and Sage versus one of her other edition dolls, such as the Dwayne Denaya or any of the others that she's made, it's just to distinguish that I'm talking about one set of dolls versus another. It's not, I've never stated that one was better than the other, but I believe that there have been people that have made the assumption that by calling the doll a kit that we're saying that's it's a lesser quality or something of that nature. I'm not really 100% sure, but it's never been the intention of saying, well, that's a kit. It's just stating a fact. It's not a big deal. I don't think kits are better or less or not as good as any edition doll. It's just the fact that she produced it as a kit so that artists could actually paint them themselves. It's just a difference of what it is. I guess I don't understand. I feel like people sometimes get a little too caught up in the labels of things when there's no harm meant towards stating any of that information. And, anytime I'm talking about kits, editions, prototype, artist proof, any of that stuff, none is better than the other to me. I think that if you're lucky enough to get a doll that you love, that's all it should be about in this doll community. I think that putting too much thought into what someone is saying in a video is kind of a waste of time. And I don't think it's time well spent. And I think that the emphasis on, oh, what did somebody mean by that? Or, you know, we all come on to make videos, at least the group of people that I follow, we all come on to make videos because it's fun, because we want to share our babies. We want to talk about things that interest us. We're not coming on to put down anybody's baby. I think everybody's dolls are beautiful. I think that I love dolls even more in people's collections just based on the fact that they love them. And even some of the dolls that I would never have thought I would have really, really enjoyed, I fall in love with through watching them on other people's channels. And I think that's part of the fun of having YouTube. But the downfall is, of course, we also get judged for the content we put out on our channels when we don't necessarily mean any harm. You know, we're just having discussions, it's fun, and then it gets twisted around and there's drama, and I just don't like that. I just really don't care to add any drama. I like to have interesting conversations and discussions. I think it's fun to talk about this medium. I think with silicone, there's just so many kinds out there. They're so different. That's why we always talk about the differences. I think it's just very interesting. And to most collectors, whether you're new or old, I think that we all like to talk about what interests us and our thoughts on it, or, you know, helping others understand what it feels like, or, you know, is to handle one, you know. But I think that we all tend to lose sight sometimes in what doll collecting is about. I think we all take it too seriously at times, even myself. I've been on YouTube for quite a long time. I've been collecting dolls for much, much longer than that, and it's easy to get your feelings hurt or whatever. I think that, you know, just to get back to what it is we love about this is that we're all different. We like different things. We like to share our opinions about different things, and it's okay if we don't agree with everybody else out there. That would be very boring. But I don't think people should take it to heart. I know these are emotional investments, and we love our dolls, and we talk about how much we adore our dolls and how great they are and how lucky we are to have them. But it really is about the fun, and I wish people would focus a little bit more on that rather than picking apart someone's terminology and describing differences in something. I don't know. I wish everybody could just get back to being happy. I make videos because I enjoy sharing my dolls. That's just typically all I want to do. I want to sit and this is my way of sharing with my friends across the world, because I have people from literally all the way across the world that I don't get to see in person. And this is a fun way to be able to stay in touch with them, even though they don't live anywhere near me. And so I don't know, I think that we take this way too seriously sometimes, and we should just get back to enjoying them. But the reason why I felt the need to explain is because I think that when I make topic videos and I talk about different things, and others as well, when we start comparing things, that people start to take offense because they may disagree with us, or they think that there's a hidden meaning there. Now, I'll tell you what, you guys, I don't put that much thought into what I'm sharing or discussing, other than the fact that these are my thoughts. You know, I have my own opinions. I think we're all entitled to them. And I don't come on to put anybody down. In fact, I think, you know, we should be a good support system for everybody else out there in the doll community. And if people ask me questions, I try very hard to answer them. And that's why I make a lot of the videos that I do, because people have reached out to me. They've asked me to answer them in a video, give information in a video, share something about Monroe or whoever's in my collection at the time in a video, and that's why I do it. And I like to be able to do those things for people when they request them. So I will continue to do that. And Monroe's just chilling out here, you guys. It's Friday morning and we're enjoying ourselves. We watched some videos this morning. We're gonna watch more. I have a Christmas party this afternoon, well, this evening, my work Christmas party, one of like 4 or 5 that we've had so far. We're part of so many groups that they're just, everybody wants to have a party. Everybody wants to throw a party, and we're always invited. It just happens to be the group that I work with that we're involved with so many different areas. So we get invited to lots. I didn't I didn't make 2 of them this week because I was off, but I will go to the one tonight because that's the main group of people that I work with. So I'll definitely go to that one. It'll be a nice dinner. Get to see everybody that I've missed all week long. But other than that, we're just kind of enjoying the day, you guys. I hope you all are enjoying your Friday. I hope that nobody takes offense to this video. Just like to share my thoughts and why I think people talk about the things that we do. That's why we have channels. We like to talk. All of us do. It's kind of nature of what it is, I think. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on it, guys. And yeah, I don't know if I'll do a changing video with her today. I don't know if I'm even going to change her out of this sleeper. I love it so much, and it's gray. Literally outside, it's gray. That's like the state of our weather like all week. We had a peak of sunshine like yesterday. That was it. And it went away quickly. But anyways, guys, I hope you're having a great Friday. And Monroe and I, we will see you very soon, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.